Y'all, why? I just got done finished making the whole video. Well, it was almost finished. And it's gonna say my storage is full. Gonna cut me right out my video. Like, Satan, get behind me. Get behind me. Stop playing. Because this video is gonna get out one way or another. Stop playing. Stop playing for real. Stop playing. Anyways, I got me some notes because I'm not at the place where I can just go straight off the dome yet. So yeah, let's get straight into it. The name of this video, the title of this video is called The Chosen One. So, the scripture I was led to read Job, and I finished the book of Job last night. And a scripture that stood out to me was Job chapter 29, verse 3. And the scripture says, when his candle shined upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness. And I wrote down, this is when God came and said this one. This is when God came and chose Job in the midst of whatever he had going on, in the midst of him just vibing with everything, his richness, his glory, his just everything. He was just vibing, he was cooling. And God came and chose him. And he chose him. I said, this is the one I'm going to use for my glory. And this is how he chooses us. He chooses us in the midst of whatever we got going on. The enemy is basically looking for somebody to test. Let's put that out there. The enemy is basically looking for somebody to test, and God looks down, he searches the earth, and he says, this one. And I wrote down, you may be innocent. Job was innocent. So you may be innocent. You might not deserve the dark time that God has chosen you to go through, or the trials and tribulations that God has chosen you to go through. But it's all for an expected end. It's all for a bigger picture. And I wrote, being tempted is nothing to cry about, but something to rejoice in, knowing that God chose you to prove the enemy wrong. This is the whole point. God knows that you're not going to curse him. God knows that you're going to grow. You're going to elevate. You're going to gather so many keys from this trial of fire, from this dark season, from this dark time. So the enemy doesn't know that. The enemy think, oh, he about to play with you. You about to turn against God. Da 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 da. But little do he know, yeah, you just got set up for real. So I said, Job was simply being used by God to show what the wicked and the chosen go through. Even though he was not wicked, God used him because he knew Job wouldn't curse him. So, and I said, the enemy is trying to get you to curse God. So the whole point of this segment, the whole point of why I wrote this scripture down and why it caught my eye is because I am going through like my Job season, and I was cursing my situation. I never cursed God, but I cursed my situation, saying like, why am I going through this? I hate that I gotta go through this, just stuff like that. And God highlighted it to me that rejoice, like you're doing the wrong thing. I need you to focus on a different perspective. I need you to shift your perspective because I'm using you because I trust you. God is using you for these type of trials because he trusts you. He knows that you are going to grow throughout this, and he knows that you are going to give glory to his name. That is why he chose you in the first place. He wouldn't choose you if he knew that you were going to curse him, that you were going to basically fold on him and not fulfill what needs to be fulfilled and not glorify his name. He's not going to mess his name up. He's God, so he knows what he's doing. So if you are chosen and being chose to go through certain things and certain trials, just know that it's something to rejoice over, because You get to show the enemy who your God is. You get to show the enemy that you're not the one to be played with. So, I said, yeah, I said, but something to rejoice in, knowing that God chose you to prove the enemy wrong. So instead of cursing your situation, figure out the keys. Like, instead of taking time to curse the situation, figure out what you need out of this situation, because the whole point is for you to grow and to level up and to come back 10 times harder than how you came in. So instead of focusing on why am I going through this, that, and third, focus on, okay, what do I need out of here? What is this teaching me? How am I going to evolve through this? What is God pointing out to me? And most of the time, it's some strength, faith, patience, unhealed type of trauma, something that needs to be healed. It's literally keys in darkness. Like, without the darkness, life would be nothing, to be honest. So just praise and rejoice. And I really don't have nothing else. I don't have nothing else, but that's what I have today. Is basically, you are a chosen one, and God chose you because he trusts you. God chose you because he loves you. God chose you because he know you wouldn't fold. And that whole weight, just think about it. That holds a lot of weight. So rest in that and know that God put you in that situation. He's going to bring you out of it. He's going to carry you through it. So instead of fighting the situation, just get with the program. Get with the program and see what it's all for. Because it's basically all for growth. It's basically all to come back 10 times harder than what you came in the situation. It's all to prove the enemy wrong as well, and to glorify God's name. That's what it's all for. And to be used for that is something great. It's something great. It's not something to just really just slide past or just to be unbothered by. Like, if God is using you, baby, you mean something. You mean something. So keep being used. Don't let the trials or none of that break you, take you down, none of that. And if you fall, get right back up and praise your God. Praise your God because you know that you're going to get somewhere. Praise your God because you know this is not the end. Praise your God because you know you're going to win in the end. And that's all I have. And I hope y'all have a nice day, a blessed day. Catch this word. And if you watch to the end, God bless you. You're the GOAT. You're the greatest. And yeah, I love y'all.